What's up, everybody? Welcome back to our podcast.
It's my podcast.
Stop jerking me off under the table.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, we're getting tired of this.
We
My
just want
drinking's gone up.
to get drunk without you guys telling us stuff.
It's just a reason to drink, honestly.
Oh shit, Jordan. It's been a busy week.
It's been like a long week.
It's been a very long week. And then we got that podcast out that we shot last week, but we got it out, and now this week,
Hopefully this one comes out the same day.
right away.
Are we putting it out tonight?
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna
hope so.
be
If not, Saturday morning,
Yeah.
because it's Friday night.
So if you're listening to this, it's either Friday night or Saturday morning.
Or if you listen to this in the future, hi. Oh shit, man.
What's up, buddy?
I know. I feel like it's kind of hard right now with our schedules too. And it's cool because we have the same schedules, but I don't work some Thursdays and you work Thursdays.
Fridays.
Fridays, dude. I'm way off.
Yeah, I work Monday through Friday. You have Fridays off, so yeah.
But we're here and we're happy together, and we might make out after this. I don't know.
All right now.
Or right now. For our Patreon, $5 a month.
Yeah, go over to our Patreon and just it's a 5-minute long video of us making out.
Imagine.
That'd be so awkward. And all you hear is like, ugh, and then giggling every now and then.
Yeah. Oh shit! Do you have a Raven rant, Jordan?
I have a rant.
What is your rant, sir?
Fuck. Wait, hold on. I always have one, and then like literally before we started, I had it in my head. I was like, yeah, that's the one, and then I can't think of it right now.
You know, I have a rant.
Okay, go.
I am mad at life, and I'm gonna say why.
Okay. Okay. I'm interested now.
Because I don't know if I brought this up before, but I think it's just so funny how. Do you know that if you drink too much water, like just drink water, not like you're swimming in a pool or anything, but if you actually just drink water, you can drown yourself?
You can drown your organs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that too.
It's just like, what the fuck? But if you don't drink water, you fucking die.
Yeah,
So if you drink too much, you die. If you don't drink any, you die.
Well, it's the same thing with a lot of like healthy things. Like too much fish, you can get like mercury poisoning. Obviously from certain kinds, but like that's a thing. Chicken,
Too much vitamins.
Too much vitamins. You get too high of like some type of vitamin. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, yo, your vitamin D is very high. It's like, thank you. And it's like, that's not a good thing. It's like, what the fuck? Like, well, I don't get it. No, yeah. That's why I think, I feel like sometimes like pharmacies are like, or like just people in general will tell you like, oh, if you don't do this, like in the long run, it could be like this. So then they get you, make you think like, oh, this is something I should be doing since I'm born, or like, you know, to be healthy all the time. But they know, like me, I have medication that I should be taking once a week. It's for like, for some, it's not like 'cause I'm crazy, not like that. Like,
What? Don't change.
But like
Kanye.
it's like something. Yeah. Oh, we'll get to that. But so like, and it's like something that I know I should be. I'm supposed to be taking it every day, just one in the morning every day. That's all I have to do. It's a little small pill or something, and sometimes I forget, and then when I randomly do, I'll have like a good week where I'll take them every day, and I think that is just the right amount. Like they know, like the doctors know, like even if we tell them, motherfucker, you gotta take this every single day, they're not going to. But if they were to take it every single day, then they'd get like too high volumes of vitamin C or vitamin B. So they're like, oh, these motherfuckers are gonna fuck it up. And just like me, like I'll take it like once a week, or I'll have a week straight where I just take it. And I think that's just the right amount. Like it's like you're not overdoing it, but you're taking it enough to where it's like you've never done this before. Perfect. So it's like your body's kind of like, okay, this is something we're introducing.
Yeah, and the reason
I don't know, I could be wrong.
The reason I brought this up is I've never been to the doctor, like here in the States. And I went to the doctor for the first time in like 15, 20 years, you know, that here. Like, I remember my parents would take me to the pediatrician because you're supposed to take little kids. But I've just never gone. Like, I've never been sick. I've never had to go. But I went, and then they drew blood, and they blew drugs into
your face.
They're like, now you have to come back. No, and then like they checked it, and they're like, okay, you're good. So we found something else. You're vitamin D deficient. I was just like, okay.
Like, and you don't have enough of it?
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, can I just take like pills? I mean, can I just take vitamins? And they're like, well, yeah, but don't take too much because it'll be bad. I'm just like, And then I guess this goes into my another. I'm gonna do 2 rants instead of 1 rave and
All
1
right.
rant.
That's a nice Freaky
I know,
Friday
right?
thing.
I know. And then because I'm like, I already know I'm fat. You know, I know I could probably be healthier. I've been eating healthy and stuff. And then the doctor just keeps going on. He's like, yeah, man, you're getting kind of big. You need to start eating healthy. I'm like, I fucking know. And then he brings it up again, and I'm just like, dude, like, I get it.
You don't think I'm trying?
Yeah, I know.
The fuck?
Like, dude, like, I get it. Like, I'm eating healthy. I've lost weight since last time I've been here. He's just like, yeah, you're going good, but you need to like. I'm just like, son of a bitch. I know.
I can see how that can be very frustrating.
Yeah, I'm like, I already know this.
It's like
Like, go on to the next thing. Am I gonna die? Like, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be like if you're in school and you're up all night and studying and doing homework and doing all this extra shit, and then you're in class and like you're doing pretty good, but like you should probably like really
Rest.
focus on school.
Oh,
no, and they're just like, what the fuck I am? Like, you know, it's like
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
all that. It was like they're
Yeah.
like, no, you know, you're doing good, but like you could be doing better, or like
Exactly,
you should maybe
exactly.
study a little more. It's like, bitch, that's all I do.
Like, I'm fucking starving myself, doctor.
What do you fucking think? Yeah, like that's crazy. But I can see how that would be that'd piss me off too. Mm-hmm. At that point, I'd be like, well, if I do it, it doesn't matter, and if I don't do it, it probably doesn't matter. So I might as well just not do it. That's what it would make me do.
I know.
I always think negative like
He's
that.
like, do you drink? And I'm like, not a lot.
You know what's funny about that is like when I was in the army and like they would have like so like if you ever got in trouble, maybe like a DUI or like a fight and you were drunk or something, automatically it doesn't matter if you were drunk or not, but the fact you had alcohol and you got into a fight or car crash or something, like they would send you to like these, like you'd go to like AA pretty much, but like in the army. And from what I never went, but some of my friends would tell me like, dude, like if you go there, it makes you automatically think you're an alcoholic. Like they were like, their definition of alcoholic is like if in 1 week you have more than 5 beers. I'm like, in 1 hour I have 5 beers. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then also they're all just a bunch of alcoholics, so they're like, dude, like I think I have a problem. I'm like, no, they're getting in your head, like and I'm over here the bad influence, like, bro, as soon as you get out, we're gonna just celebrate with more drinks, like, and that's the funny thing is like, as soon as anyone got out of like those alcohol classes, like the first thing they did was like buy all the alcohol. Like it was so stupid. I was like, I don't think you guys know what you're doing to these soldiers. But no, yeah, that's a good one.
And it's so funny because he began the appointment with, oh, your wife, because Marley went with me last time when they actually drew blood, like the very first one, and she's like, oh, your wife is in here, like I'm like, oh no, she couldn't come, she was working, like, oh, I wish she was here so she can hear this. I was like,
what the? You're like, can I not take care of myself?
I was like, dude, okay.
I mean, I get it. Like when it comes to like your physical and like your health and like your health, like, yeah, like the doctor should just be straight up with you. Yeah. Like if you're like overweight and they're like, like, no, you look fine. Like you could lose a few pounds, but you look fine. Then like, bro, like you got to be real with us. But at the same time, like, once you start treating me like a kid where it's like, there's no one else coming with you, like, because they should probably hear this too. It's like, what the fuck? I can tell them, motherfucker. Like, dude, that's so stupid. But I don't know. Fuck that doctor. Where do you go? Because it's recently, right?
Yeah, it was the day.
Going to a doctor.
Yeah, it was the day. That's why it's like super fresh in my mind, and like I was like,
that's why you wanted to go on a run, huh?
Yeah. I've been going on runs, and like I said, I've been eating healthy and like stuff like that. Like more recently, like. So I guess this kind of goes into the next thing we're going to talk about. But I was cast in a web series for like it's in LA, and like I was like, you know what? For these next 2 weeks, like I'm going to be eating fucking healthy and like eating right. And like I've been doing it, and like of course the week, like 4 days into it, I go to the doctor's office, and then he's like, oh yeah, you're overweight. So we did the blood work, go back again. I'm like, God damn it, I know I've been doing this. Like it's just been funny.
So it's still fresh.
Yeah. So it's like a wound that still hasn't healed.
No, yeah. Whenever you told me you're going on a run, because I know you normally go on runs, but like you've never really been like, oh, do I have enough time for a run? I'm like, oh, he must be getting ready for something. But this makes sense.
Yeah.
You're like, I guess I gotta go harder then.
Yeah. I was like, God, I'll fucking stop eating. I'll eat like the models. What is it, like a cracker and like coffee or something?
And a cigarette.
And a cigarette.
Oh no, I think the Joker diet.
Oh yeah. That's what it was.
I don't. Heath Ledger probably too, but especially what's his name, Joaquin Phoenix. I think he did an apple, a cigarette, and like coffee or something.
I'm gonna go on the Joaquin Phoenix diet.
I would do it.
I'm gonna go like how he was all fucking skinny, dude.
And his back was all. I watched it the other day again. Sorry.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
And like they told me that I don't know. The ideal body weight is like 170 pounds
For your age and
for
height.
my age and height.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like I'd look weird at fucking 170 pounds. Like, yes, I'm over that, but
Yeah, because, I think you look good because you're tall. So the whole point is, like, the taller you are, the less you should weigh. Yeah. I mean, obviously, once you're, like, 6 foot, like, you could be 6 foot and, like, look scrawny, but somehow you're, like, 205 pounds.
yeah,
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I have my brother's like that. Like, he's, like, 6'5" or something, and he weighs, like, almost, like, he's like 230 or 220.
Sky?
But he looks
Sky's
skinny. Yeah.
6'5"?
And he was not fat.
Holy fuck.
Yeah,
No,
he's-
well, I
Oh, you
didn't know
realize
he
how
was,
tall he
yeah,
was?
the
He's
tallest.
fucking tall, yeah.
I was like, oh, shit.
I thought I was tall, like, but I think I'm, like, just above, like, there's, like, short, and then there's average, and then there's, like, okay, you're pretty tall. And then there's, like, okay, motherfucker, you should be in the NBA.
Well,
so I'm, like,
yeah.
right where they're, like, you're pretty tall.
Well, it's funny because I laugh because when we're sitting down here, I look taller than Jordan.
Yeah, I'm just
But
slouched down.
He is taller than me, for sure. Like 100%. He's like
I never realized
4
that.
inches taller than me.
I never realized that. I do look short, but I just assume, like, whenever I see, like, people sit down, I don't assume, okay, that person's shorter or taller. I'm just like, what is funny is, like, I'll just be like, oh, that person has a small torso. Like, they're all legs.
They're all like, yeah.
But I'm 50-50, all right? My legs are 10,
10 what?
3 inches, 3 feet, and then my upper body is 3 feet.
Oh, okay. You're
Yeah.
like, you're trying to do the math?
I was like, why the fuck are my legs 10 feet? I am all legs then. I'm 10 feet legs and 10 feet.
So how tall are you? 6'1"?
No, I'm like 6. I'm like 5'11", 6, which is very, like, I don't know if my shit
6.
fluctuates, but like when I was doing like when I had finally got insurance, when I got out of the army and I got like grown up insurance, I went and did a physical, and like I went to that one, I went to another one because I went to like one that my insurance did, and I did the VA one, and one said 5'11", one said 6 foot.
Just go with 6.
And obviously. Oh, I go 6'5".
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Because then they were like, "You're not 6'5". I was like, "But I am 6 though.
Like, huh?
I am 6 feet. 6 feet." So
When do you think we're gonna start lying about our age too?
I already do, but not
Do
on
you?
purpose.
Oh,
Dude,
okay.
Like, and I don't know. I don't think it's because I'm getting older, but honestly, like once after, I don't know why. After 23, I was just like, all right, cool. Like I'm getting older, and like I've said, everything at this age I've unlocked that I can do.
Yeah.
You know, I can go. My insurance is low at this point. You know, I'm at that age bracket. I can go get a hotel. I can go get a rental car without having to like pay an extra fee. You know what I'm saying? Like I've unlocked all that, so I don't give a fuck my age. So sometimes people ask me, and they'll just be like, like, oh, like how old are you? And I'll just be like 28, 29. I'm like, I'm either 28 or 29. Like I legit say that because I just forget at this point. But I don't know.
I get you.
That's just my issue,
dude. My birthday's in less than a month. And then like I think about it just because
it is, huh?
just because I think about the party that we threw last year.
And like it just happened, huh?
Yeah, dude. I
Yeah.
feel like it just fucking happened. But I feel like with COVID, like
You're gonna be what, 26?
27.
Ah,
Ugh. Oh,
fuck you.
I know you're like 2 years old. No, but I think since COVID is like digressing and it's like getting better, I think with everything opening up, I'm like, heck yeah. So now that like we can have a regular party, even
You
though
can have, yeah, I get you.
but we did throw a big party last year.
No, we didn't.
It was like 10 people.
I didn't go.
Yeah, you did.
I was at home with my mask on.
You were
I
here.
didn't go.
I mean, you didn't go.
I didn't go.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
hey.
No, yeah. No,
You weren't there. Oh,
It was cool.
oh shit.
Dude, what are you gonna do this year?
I don't know.
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
You don't have like a plan?
No, that's weird, huh?
Wait, you're gonna be 27?
Yeah, I'm gonna party for 27
You know
hours
what?
straight.
I get that though, because I'm honestly like after 21, I think my next big birthday that I would actually plan for is like 30.
30.
And then after that, honestly, like after that, like I don't care about 50. I don't care about 60. Like I'm just like, I don't care after 30.
I do want to do one thing. If there's anybody out there with a lot of money, investors,
Everyone that listens has a lot of money.
I know. No, but I just
welcome.
always wanted to do bottle service at a club.
Like you want to be a bottle service guy?
No, get bottle service at a club.
Oh.
Like we get a table,
Oh,
we get
yeah,
bottle
yeah,
service.
yeah, yeah.
I've always wanted to do
Yeah.
that. I've never done it, and like I was like, that'd be fucking sick. Like so. If
Oh,
there's-
you want like a VIP table or something? You
Yeah,
want your
yeah,
own
yeah.
Table.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, and can it be like here in town or?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I think it'd be cooler if we'd go out of town, but I know
I
it's
think
like
it'd be way better.
Yeah,
I mean, no offense, guys.
Yeah, we love the crests here.
Yeah.
But if we could go like to Phoenix,
have you ever seen those like awkward like TikTok videos where it's like we paid like however much for VIP table and like bottle service, and it's just like the club alone is like dead. It's like whack, and then the bottle service comes around. It's like 2 girls, and it's like a bottle of like fucking. I don't know, like what's that vodka?
Grey Goose?
Grey Goose, a big ass bottle with like instead of like, and honestly, if I get bottle service, I want fucking fireworks. I don't want a strobe light because it's a bunch of those, and everyone just and the guys are just like, the fuck is it? You could tell they're just like, oh, this is not what we ordered. But dude, like if I ever get bottle service, it better be the sparklers. They better be fucking like the cannons sign coming out.
Yeah,
dude, there better be everything. Like I don't want no fucking strobe lights.
So that's the thing. I don't even know how much it is. Like I'm pretty sure here in Yuma it's a lot cheaper for sure.
Way cheaper.
But they don't have like the big like the girls coming out with the sign
with the signs and every letter,
like happy birthday.
Name.
Yeah, like
and it's cool because your name's Andy, so it's only like what 4 letters. So that's a perfect sign.
Yeah,
it's not like a long ass name where they need like 10 girls and shit.
So I think it'd be cool to get like all the homies, go to Phoenix or San Diego, like everyone. Like
so, it's just guy thing.
No.
Hell
like,
yeah! Oh.
I mean, yeah, we can.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Bye, Marley.
We'll go to all guys. Go to all guy bars.
Maybe next time there'll be girls.
No girls allowed.
No, only guys.
Do you think it'd be fun if we went like we remember that one time we went to Phoenix and we did like the trip like all the couples, but like we kind of split up. But do you think it'd be cool if we all went to like gay bars, or would it only be fun for the girls? Because
I don't know.
Hold on. So my mindset or my idea or my like thought process is that it'd be fun for both. One, it'd be pretty much all girls. Mm-hmm. As far as our girls, and then like all the gay guys, which are, I guess, considered girls. I don't know how it works. But anyways, and then at the same time, we're all, good looking to decent men. So like on top of getting hit on, like you go to a regular bar, like no girl's really going to hit on you. But like you go to a gay bar and they're all going to hit on you. So we'd be getting all the drinks. So then me and my girl would switch roles and I'd be the one. She'd be like, tell that guy to get you, I let that shot, and then I go and bring it to my girl. I think, but it would work out in our favor. So I don't know. I'm just saying.
Do you think your confidence would go up like hardcore? Just all these gay guys, just
100%. Because
I'll be like,
I've always thought it, and I've heard girls say it. But if a guy ever gets a compliment from a gay guy, that's like bigger than a girl complimenting you. And I know it sounds crazy because it's like,
no, I see it, I get it.
But like when a guy's like, oh man, so that's why that's another thing is like I'm obviously not homophobic at all.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't bother me when people are homophobic. Like it doesn't bother me when anyone's anyway. Like that's who you are. Cool. I accept it, whatever. But like I just don't get why you'd be homophobic. Like that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like whenever like I don't get all weirded out when like we go somewhere and like some guys like I realize like, oh, this guy's hitting on me and he's gay. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like I still got it. I still got it.
Like, fuck yeah.
So like it doesn't really bother me. It's just like a big like confidence boost in a way. And it's just kind of like I didn't really need it, but thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, so I just hate, and like that's why I always hear like, oh, if that guy ever tries to hit on me, I will punch him in the face. It's like, why? Would you punch a girl if she wanted to hit on you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the big deal?
Like, why?
Yeah.
You think there's those aggressive like guys too that like, I mean, there has to be like, because there's aggressive guys that go to the girls and they're like, hey, what's up? Like, you think that's like that at a gay bar too?
I hope so, because I would love to be on the other end of that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, I've seen Marley, I've seen Marley, like these guys try to hit up and like I know if it gets too bad, I step in, but like if they're just hitting up on her, I'm just like, I know she's going to say no. I hope.
I hope.
But, no, but I know she's going to say no, but like, I wonder if it was on my end. Like, am I gonna say no? All crazy.
Yeah.
He's just like, hey, you're gonna come home with me. I'm like, oh, okay. Like,
yeah. Let me tell my girlfriend real quick. Let me let her know.
Let my wife know. Oh shit, man.
No, I don't know. I think it'd just be so much fun. Like, I don't know. Like, okay, well, I mean, you normally like with other straight guys, you act like gay with them, right?
Yeah, always.
But have you never acted gay with a gay guy?
I never have.
But he knows
actually.
you're joking?
Yes, I have.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have actually. One of my good friends, Chase.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so like we have like a friend and like a family friend, And him and his obviously boyfriend, I don't know if they're husband, but they're together and they're so much fun when they're like not together, even separate. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying like they're so much fun though. And actually like probably back in January, there was a party with like all the family and stuff. And they came and we were all taking shots. And I got one of the, cause they always like flirt with me or like they get real, they try to make me feel embarrassed. Not embarrassed or like shy.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah,
like they always be like, "Oh, like always tell my girl like, oh, you better watch your man. Like, he may not be here at the end of the night." And I'll look at her, I'll be like, "I might not. You better watch out, girl. You better hold on to me tight." But so that night we were taking shots, and then I told the gay guy, I was like, "Dude, I was like, you should spit a shot into my mouth." And he thought I meant like pour one from like up high, and I was like, "No, you take the shot and spit into my mouth." I was like, "Okay." And like for once, I finally got them out of their. They were like, they were like shy and like nervous. Yes. I have the video too.
Fuck yeah, dude!
If I can find it, I'll show you it. But yeah, I was just like, "Fuck it." And I got down on my knee. I was like, and he spit a shot of tequila into my mouth, and my girl's right behind me, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" Like, and for once, he was just like, "Oh yeah, okay, I can do that." I was like, "Bitch, now you know how it feels."
But, yeah,
I'm not just a piece of ass.
I'm a human being.
I'm a human being. I have feelings. I don't dress this way because I want to be sexualized. I just felt good in this outfit. Yeah.
Oh, dude. This conversation, man. It just came out of nowhere.
I know. We went from a rant to somehow we got here.
I have been wanting to go to a gay bar, though, just because I heard it's fun. And I heard they play good music.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, because
I've never gone.
They all, you know what it is when you go to a club, they play music that they assume everyone, as far as like guys and girls, like. Yeah. Obviously, they'll play like like music that attracts gays and stuff. I don't know if that's the right word to say. I don't know. I'm cool with them, so they're cool with me. But so they just play a little bit of everything. But when you go to a gay bar, all the guys that are there are all the guys and girls. Sorry, forget girls can be gay too, but but like when you go to one, the DJ knows like all the songs they're playing are all the songs that we straight guys, straight girls all want to hear, but they don't want to admit it. So you go to a gay bar where they're all like, "Fuck yeah, I love that song," whether it's like Drake or it could be fucking
Celine Dion.
Okay, well now you're just being gay, but no, I'm talking about like what's the guy from Watermelon Sugar?
Hi?
Yeah. The guy, the singer.
Fucking Harry Styles.
Yeah. So that's a dope song. Like most straight guys are like, yeah, it's a fucking good ass song. When you go to a gay bar or a gay club and you hear that, you're like, oh fuck yeah, I like this song, and everyone vibes to it, and it makes the environment better because you as a straight person like it, which to most straight guys they're gonna be like, oh, that song's gay, and like low key they like it. Yeah. That's like their number one gym playlist. But there's also a bunch of like gay people that are around, they're like, yeah, I fucking love it, and they're out loud about it, and then you get to enjoy it with them, and you don't have to feel embarrassed or anything about it because you're like, I'm at a place where everyone likes it. Yeah.
Maybe for my birthday.
Why don't they have a gay bar in Yuma?
They did. It closed down though, unfortunately.
I wonder why.
Just like everything in Yuma, fucking nothing. No like small business survives out here. Kind of sucks. But
whoa, Andy, sheesh.
I know. I'm gonna go on a rant. Just another one. No, but yeah, dude, that's funny. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe for my 27th birthday, we'll go out there. Maybe we'll go out to San Diego. So if there's any people in San Diego that know of a good gay bar, let us know.
Oh, I know of one right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what is it?
Huh? It's called Dick's.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Fuck yeah!
It looks just like the sports store too.
No.
Yeah, it's like a miniature warehouse version.
I don't know if you're fucking around or not.
I am. I don't know.
Okay, I was like,
that would just be smart though if it was.
I was like, nah. Well, yeah, I guess if anyone knows of any or anyone wants to come party with us, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm down.
Cool.
Mainly gay bars though.
Yeah, but if it could be a gay bar.
If we went to 4 bars, at least 3 have to be gay.
Okay.
And the first one has to be Denny's. So, yeah.
Denny?
Hey, at the end of the night.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay. Do you have anything going on, Jordan?
Not much. Actually, I just did a podcast over at the Slop on the Pod. And I just was talking about obviously my first stand-up, but between the time that I did my first stand-up, like we talked about last episode, to now, I've been talking with the guy that put on the show, Felipe Osuna. He's part of Bandito Records, I think, or something like that. I think it's what his Instagram is. And he promotes these shows and he puts them on. And so we have been talking a lot. And I had messaged him the last time we talked, like we did the podcast, last episode. I talked about that. I'd been trying to get a hold of him, and he finally replied. And we've been talking like a lot. And he was telling me like so March 17th, I have another show.
Fuck yeah.
over at the Red Moon Ale House in downtown Yuma.
March 17th, everybody.
Yeah. So
And I'm pretty sure you're gonna be promoting it on your Instagram.
Yeah, and so once the guy saw how much interest, I'm assuming after he saw how much interest I had into it and like how excited I was, he sent me like the flyer right away before he even posted it, and I was like, oh fuck yeah! But I hearted it like, yeah, I like the message, but I didn't reply, and then he sent me another message like a couple days later, and he's like, I'm assuming you're gonna be at, you're already gonna be signed up for the next show, and it was cool because he was talking to me like if I was helping him put on the show.
Yeah.
He was telling me like his ideas he has and like how, and I was telling him like, yeah man, like I had so much fun. I know a lot of people that wanted to do it, and I'm hoping now that I kind of went up there, I can kind of bring more random people that are just like, oh, I've always wanted to try it.
Because there was a lot of music acts, but there was only two stand-up comedy.
Yeah, exactly. So, and he was like, dude, he's like, I would love to do like one where it's just comedy night, like
That'd
just stand up.
Yeah.
And I was telling him like that'd be dope. Like it'd be cool to have like open mic. And obviously the last time we were only supposed to get 3 minutes. He said this, if we did a comedy night, every act would get 10. And then he's like, he knows some people that are promoters in San Diego and Phoenix that do like stand up live and stuff in like certain venues. And he was like, maybe I can get someone that's like kind of like getting there, like they're pretty well known in like their areas they're at. And they've, had enough practice to be like a closer. He's like, maybe we can put on a good show where, we get like a good 3-4 acts, 10 minutes each. And then the closer will be like someone that's legit. So people kind of have like, oh, we're going to see someone that's like kind of like been doing this for a while. And they're going to get like a legit show at the end, and they'll give them like 20-30 minutes.
Fuck yeah.
So we've been talking about it. And so that's what's good. That's been going on. And he's a really cool dude. Like he's always telling me like we should hang out just because. And I want to pick his brain. No, I don't want to take over anything he's doing. If I could help him. And somehow, like I said, I want to make it like to where it's like a once a week thing.
A weekly
and then
thing?
eventually, if it gets big enough, it'd be dope to rent out one of these empty bars or something and just start a comedy club. I know it was once a thing in Yuma, but I think if we were to kind of look back and see the things they did right and wrong and just kind of work off that, and then me and him, like the way, and then obviously his connections and like my ideas and like all this stuff, and like the names he was telling me, I don't, because it's not for sure, but like some of the names he was telling me, they're pretty, like you look at them on Instagram and they're pretty big.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, like crazy, and like they're like open.
It'd be cool as fuck to see them here in Yuma.
Yeah, they're like and he made a good point. We're in a good position where we're in Yuma, Arizona, where we're right in the middle between California and Arizona, like Phoenix, Tempe, Gilbert, like all those big areas, and then you have LA, San Diego, and all this stuff over here.
It's true.
So it's like when you got people from LA and San Diego traveling to do shows in Phoenix, that those are really big shows, especially like Tempe and stuff, like the college area. Those are big shows, so like big acts they'll pass through here.
Yeah.
And vice versa from Phoenix or Arizona to California.
And I feel like
and they
for
can
them,
easily make a stop here.
Yeah, and for them, they're trying to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, of course.
Like
so what, there's no problem in doing small places like this because once again, it goes the other way. These big acts come and perform in small towns. Phoenix is only 3 hours. San Diego's like a good 2.5 hours or whatever. And they can be like, oh, I really like that guy. And he's going to be here soon. So then they get a bigger audience from here that spreads out. So like, it was working out both ways, and it was just so cool. And so that was another thing we were talking about. It's like just getting some of the names. He was like, I think I could get this person. I was like, oh shit. Like, I'll show you later. I'll show you after we do this. But I was like really surprised.
And if they get like one big name, like every show, I feel like that'll attract more people. And it also help the comics like trying to come up, like you, like trying to come up,
because of them, it'll make more people come, which will, and it'll turn around to where smaller people like us that are trying to get more practice, because we can't go to Phoenix and San Diego all the time, or we don't live there, so that's just more practice for us.
To
help us get us out there. But no, man, that's pretty much all I've been working on. Obviously, like basic shit, life, relationship, and work that's cool, but that's like another big thing that's going on. But
these are like your dreams, like things we have to work for.
Dude, and that's the thing too, is in this episode I did recently, I was talking about that, how something that came back to me was once I got off stage, like I did get a sigh of relief to where I was like, I fucking did it. But at the same time, I was also like, damn, like I finally took the step into something. Like this wasn't just something like, oh, I did stand up one time and like I can say I didn't like it, or I liked it but I never did it again. Like this, no, this was like my step into like there's always like, for me, it may not sound the same, and I may be like fucking saying it wrong, but like it'd be similar if like someone wanted to be an NFL player, right? And they got, they somehow became like they from high school to college, they got to like a college, like say like a big college, I don't know, like fucking Alabama, right?
Yeah.
And like they're like, and they're like top of their class in that pick and everything, and like they're just like, holy fuck, like I'm like the dream I have is literally right there, and I'm like it's one thing to be playing high school football because everyone can do it, but once you get accepted and you get like a full ride to a place because you're so good, then you're like, oh shit, like I may not make it there, and like that's still a stretch, but I'm starting to go down that lane already, and that's how I felt, like just doing that one, and then talking with this guy, and like knowing that it's not like, oh, I may or may not do it. Like honestly, I didn't think I was gonna do this again for like another few months,
but it's gonna
especially
happen
here because I didn't know how they, when they were putting these shows on, and he was talking like, oh, we already got another one coming and whatever. So that now I'm at that, like I feel like, oh shit, I'm starting to move towards that lane of like my dream.
Hell yeah.
Like it's not like, oh, a career, like no, I mean I guess it could be, but like I'm moving towards that area of like this is like something I've always talked about and always wanted to do, and like obviously dreamt about, and then like daydreamed about of like things I would be, and like where I would do shows and stuff, and like I'm slowly pushing towards that, and it just feels so like it feels so good though.
Yeah, dude, hell yeah, I bet.
It's so much fun.
That's fucking awesome. And of course we're gonna be out there. I'm gonna be out there. Did you ever watch the recording?
I did.
Okay,
I did, and it sucked. I'm sorry, it's fucking sucked. All you guys that told me, yeah,
hey,
it
guys
was
are
pretty
fucking
good.
liars.
You guys are fucking assholes, man. Don't fight. Come on, help me here. I'm trying to get better. You guys aren't helping me. I'd be like, yeah, it was pretty good. Like, Joe, tell me it was wrong. Tell me it was like fucking like,
you did
I didn't.
Good, though.
I want people to be like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I was straight faced the whole time. I maybe smiled because I saw you on stage, but nothing made me laugh from waist. Like, I want to hear that. Like, and that's the thing is like, I get it. A lot of people, it's very hard to tell them the truth, like the things they don't want to hear. But dude, I'm gonna like, you can tell me whatever. Like, dude, I've had worse shit happen to me, like done to me than like words. So it's like, dude, if you tell me like I fucking sucked and like I probably shouldn't do it again, like that's cool because now I know, okay, I really need to work at this, or like even if someone's like, dude, you did pretty good, but like, you did this and this, like I need constructive criticism, and I'll easily take it. I'll take it up the ass with like no lube.
I'll watch it again and I'll be mean to you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Next podcast.
Because otherwise, like it's just
I'm gonna seem like an asshole person. Like, wow.
You're like, it wasn't that bad. Yeah. I'm over here crying. I'm like, I don't think it was that bad. But no, like
you keep crying, and I'm like, well, I'm just at minute 2.
Yeah. But like, and like also like if you are like just trying to be nice, like be nice and tell me the truth, because otherwise, if you're telling me like, oh no, it's good, then I'm just gonna keep doing that same shit and just keep looking dumb in front of these random ass people.
I see. Okay, cool. Well, how about this? I'll watch it again and I'll tell you off camera. Of course, I wouldn't do it on camera because
I don't give a fuck.
I do.
You should do it, then that way everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, like that's what he accepts. That's what he's okay with." Yeah.
And then people, this episode comes out, the next one, people are like, all these messages, like okay, man, since Andy said this, I want to say this. Like, oh,
they're like, man, my fucking kid's funnier than you. I'll put him on stage. You fucking suck. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hey, the person, the message right before is, you get it fucking awesome.
You know what's funny is like in movies when there's always like, you fucking suck, and like all this, and there's always that one like, you should die. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? They're like, it was like, how the reviews, they're pretty bad. There's even one that says I should probably kill myself and my mom should probably kill herself. Like, it's like, what the fuck?
Your mom at the bottom is like, you should have never done this.
Yeah,
like, damn,
mom.
Your mom was hacked on Instagram.
Yeah. She told us the whole story like 2 days ago. The night she told us, very next day we started getting stories and messages like, oh, I made 100,000 on Bitcoin, and it showed pictures of her account with her profile picture. I was like, oh man, they fucking got her. So she's hacked right now. So if you guys follow my mom or my mom's listening, like, that's why. And it's funny because my little brother and my girl both tried messaging the account being like, look, we know you hacked it, just please like give it back, like it's my mom or whatever, and they block them right away.
Really?
I haven't done anything, so I just want to keep seeing what they're posting so I kind of have an idea, but obviously my mom can't see, so I kept it. But it's been happening recently. Like there's 3 of my friends right now that it's still happening. One of them got away with, like, they were able to retrieve their account, so I hit him up and he sent me like steps on how to fix it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But yeah, someone got hacked.
We're going to go after you, hacker, motherfucker.
The funny thing was how my mom told the story of how she got hacked. She was just like, well, I don't know, one night I was like late on Instagram and someone messaged me and they showed me their account and all they asked for was her phone number.
Really?
Yeah, like that's all. And she's like, all I gave him was my phone number, and then
she didn't click like a link or anything.
No, she said that they did that, and then they asked her some questions, and that was it. And then like she never heard anything.
That's fucking crazy.
So there you go. Like just your phone number alone.
All right, so be careful out there, guys.
Yeah.
And I mean, other than like I said, I got cast in a web series.
Oh yeah, my bad. I thought you were gonna say something next, but yeah.
Yeah,
I know
sorry.
you have some stuff coming up.
Yeah. So I'll be in LA next weekend for like 3-4 days. Just shooting that. I'm shooting a web series, so I have a really small part, but I think we're just shooting episode 1, and they told me to make like a little cameo because my big part is episode 5. So I'm just like sick. But yeah, episode 1 and 2. But I think the coolest thing is that I've never been to an actual like studio. I've always done like short films and things like outside or at buildings and stuff, but it's never been an actual studio
With like props and shit.
Yeah,
or like
and
a
I
full scene setup.
Yeah. She sent me the director sent me the link to the website to the studio. They have like a hospital. They have like
shit.
like office buildings. Like it's all in one big building. It's for you to shoot in. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's
I want to make
fucking
like
dope.
TikToks in there. But yeah, dude, that's pretty much the coolest thing happening right now.
No, that's fucking. Actually, how'd you come across that though?
So it happened a long time ago. I used to work at a TV station, and one of the reporters was like, "Hey, like my friend, like she does like short films and she does films and she's a director out in LA. Like I'll get you in contact with her." So yeah, I've been in contact with her for like years.
Have you ever done anything with them before?
No, I haven't.
okay.
This is the first time, and like she's like, "Hey, like I've kept you in mind, and there's finally I'm finally starting to do something because of course COVID it stopped everything for like 2 years. So she was gonna do it before COVID, but and then now that COVID hit 2 years later, she's like, hey, like, are you still interested? I'm like, fuck yeah. Like acting was of course my number one dream. So yeah, so now I'm gonna do that finally. I haven't acted in forever, so I'm just like, fuck, I'm gonna be rusty. But
You act
I don't
all
think,
the time.
huh?
You act all the time.
In my videos?
On here.
Oh
Because
yeah,
in real life, you're not like this.
I know.
You're always acting,
I'm
so
a
you're
fake.
always practicing.
I'm a fake.
That's what acting is.
Yeah.
Lying and faking. It really is. Like,
Yeah.
that's just what it
No, I see
like,
what you
literally, that's
mean.
just like the true definition of acting.
Yeah. But I mean,
that's dope though.
yeah, dude, I'm excited. We're gonna be shooting out in Burbank, so that's exciting.
Are there any like big names on this? Like,
I don't think so. I really don't know who else is gonna be in this.
are there
this
like
show.
any like influencers or like just the YouTubers? Or are they just like people like you?
I think it's just people like me or people influencers in the way that she knows people. So I don't know. I'm kind of going in there blind.
That'd be
Like,
exciting.
I really don't know anybody. I never have talked to her in person. I've never talked to her on the phone. It's just been through messages. This is gonna be the first time I ever meet her in person and meet
cool.
everybody else.
And no, yeah, well,
And the last time I did this that I literally knew nothing was a short film I did in Phoenix, and like it did really good, and the shoot was awesome, the movie was awesome, and like it was great. So I'm pretty excited.
no, dude, yeah, I was excited for you, but like I had told you earlier, was I was listening to George Lopez has his own podcast, and he had the creator of Hentified on Netflix.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how, so on Netflix there's only 2 seasons, obviously, like once it became a show, but it started out as a web series.
That's sick.
And
yeah.
and obviously most of the actors and stuff and actresses were like Vine stars and like YouTubers and stuff, and it kind of went from there. But like he just wanted it to be like a YouTube thing. Like he found
really?
YouTube as a platform, and he's like, you know, people post like vlogs and stuff. Why can't we just create like our own like streaming service, but not like a Netflix where you pay for it? It's just like you can tune in every week and on this YouTube account and just watch these episodes.
So it just blew up.
So he started that, and then I guess it somehow, I don't know how, I don't remember how he said it, but somehow it got picked up from Netflix, and they wanted to make it an actual show. So that's why he was always saying like, you know, yeah, we have 2 seasons, but technically it's 3, because the first, like the web series was a lot of like introducing the characters and kind of going into a little storyline. So that's why whenever you told me and you were just like, yeah, it's like this web series, I'm like, dude, that's so cool, because I mean, this day and age, especially with like Netflix picking up shit, like this could easily become something even more. Like it could start out like, I mean, just like I told you, I started watching The Sopranos. When you go from the first season to about the 3rd or 4th, you see a huge change in like the camera, the angles,
Really?
the props, everything gets. You see how it started out as like something as like it was just an idea. We just didn't know how it was going to end up, and by it blows up, and then 3rd, 4th season you got like 4K, and you have better dressing and better acting. Like it could always be that way. So that's why when you told me, I was like, dude, this is dope, because it could, and it's there's nothing bad could happen. Like it's either it could turn into like a big thing, or you get more practice and you also become, there's probably actors on there that are also from LA, and they're like, oh, I do this all the time. And then you make connections, and it's like, oh, if you ever, if I ever get put on something, like I'll reference you or something. So like it all works out. It's all cool though.
And that's really what it is. I mean, like a lot of actors, you have to network, because if you don't know anybody, you're really not going to go anywhere. Like you got to talk to people. You got to like put yourself out there. I mean, that's what I'm doing. So I'm excited. Yeah.
And that's the thing too, is like, you're going like way up there to where you're going to be in LA. You're going to be at like a good place. You're going to be in like an actual studio. You're going to film some like legit looking shit. So a lot of people are going to see that. But like, dude, like I'm thinking back, like, Pamela Anderson, the way she got famous at a baseball game.
Yeah, dude.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're actually pushing towards, like, I really want this to happen, so it's probably going to go in that direction, or it's going to go in that direction. But, like, for her, she was just at a baseball game looking hot as hell, and it was on the fucking big screen, and, a lot of people saw it, and they were like, she should be a model. And she got on Baywatch, and So it could always happen.
Yeah, it's true. It's very, very fucking true.
But, no, I think that's super dope. I'm excited. I'm very excited in the way that, like, now I'm friends with someone that's gonna like put on a show. Like, I know you have your movie, and like, but to put on like a little like a web series, like now I can watch and be like, that's Andy, like that's his part. But also just to see like how this like works out, because now I have a close friend that you can share all the like behind the scenes with me.
Yeah, dude, and honestly, like what I've realized already as an actor, like when I have acted, acting is a lot of waiting. And I can't imagine how it is like on the big screen and the big sets, because they've also talked about it, how they have to wait. Of course, if they like move the camera to like another angle, they have to move everything. They have to move lighting. So they do like one scene like 30 times to do different angles, like 5 different angles.
To try it out.
Each time, each time you have to move the camera. So each time probably takes like 30 minutes. So the actors, as an actor, you're just like, okay, cool. Like, I'll be here. Like,
well, that's the thing, is like, I've heard mainly when I listen to like podcasts with comedians, that's all, like, they don't really like, a lot of them don't like acting for that reason.
Yeah.
They're like, it's fucking annoying. They're like, it's cool and everything, but like, it's not what you see. Like, you'll do a scene and then you'll do a 5-minute scene and wait 30 minutes for the next one, or for the next take in that same scene.
Yep.
So they're like, it fucking sucks. And I get that, but at the same time, like, I think just to experience that is just cool.
But I mean, I like all aspects of film. So I like, I know I'm not going to be behind the camera or anything, but like, I like seeing how the cameraman works, how the director, works, how the producer is going to be. And I'm like, oh shit, that's going to be pretty sick to see too. So
yeah. And I think it's always cool. I know. I choked on my spit.
I know. Me too. I was like, what the fuck?
But I think it's always cool too when, like especially like you're on the set and you see everything like through your eyes. But then when you see it, once you do your parts and everything, it's like, and you're like, okay, like you don't see the big picture. You just see these scenes. And then once you see like a preview, you're like, oh fuck, that shit came out good.
Oh, dude.
Like I think that's so much fun. Like that's why whenever like we do like the podcast or something, like the same thing. Like I kind of just see it as. Right now, it's just like me and you having a conversation with stuff around. And then when I see us do like little previews, or we do the reels or the TikToks, or whenever we actually post a full thing, I'm like, damn, that shit looks good. Like, that shit was funny. Like, I don't know. That's always like, it's really cool to appreciate that.
Well, it's kind of like our video that we shot. It's been a year since we shot that.
I know. It randomly popped up on YouTube today. I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I remember we kind of just filmed nonsense, and then it came all together, and I'm like, this is funny.
You know what it is? It's because I realized it. Like, just performing that little skit, like, it was like, we do a bunch of like, we act to where we're like having fun or fighting or whatever, and then it's like, all right, like, you stop recording, and then we're just kind of like, all right, cool, like what next? And you're just like looking around, and then once you put it all together, and you don't see those breaks in between, and you don't see those, okay, like what do we do now? Like you go from like character to add a character, you just see everything get put together in this one same character throughout the whole video, and it's like, oh shit, that looked good.
And it's crazy to think how long, like, so our skit probably took what, 5 hours, 4 hours
to record?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was what, like a 3-minute video?
Yeah, it was like a 3-minute video. So I can't imagine, like, well, I know, like, I'm just putting like High School Musical, for example. It was shot in 3 weeks. 3 weeks to a month, I think.
I think any movie that's an hour long, the fact that they're like, oh, we shot it in like a week or 2 weeks, like,
yeah.
Like I think the first season of Jersey Shore was in 1 month.
Oh, damn, really? Okay.
Everything we saw that, and I honestly thought they were there for a long time, like at least a few months.
Yeah.
But they spent one whole month, and that was that whole. And like I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
but it looks crazy because all they do is highlight the major things. So you just assume like every day that was happening.
Yeah.
Like fights
Yeah.
and this and that and like getting kicked out of clubs and shit. Like you just assume that was every night, but it's like it's a matter of a month, and they put it into episodes. And yeah,
That's pretty crazy.
yeah.
I didn't know that. That's interesting. Well, yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool that I guess we're both lucky enough to be able to pursue our dreams. And like for you for stand-up comedy, me for acting. And I think it's awesome that this year, like
Especially,
where we're able to finally go towards that.
It kind of sucks too because it's like I want to like cheer for myself or like cheer for you, but at the same time like there's a possibility that we could go into like World War III right now and the world could end.
Yeah.
So it's very hard. It's like I'm like, man, fuck everyone else. Like I just did stand up. Like I'm gonna keep doing this,
well,
but like I don't even know if it's gonna last long because the world might end or we
I
might
think
go into a world war. I might have to go to the army again. I'm gonna have to join back. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I think it's funny, all those memes that it's like COVID, you can go out now. World War III, like not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, dude. Fuck, I know it's crazy times. Do you want to take a quick little break?
Yeah, I gotta piss.
All right, cool. We'll be right back in like 2 seconds. And we are back with another episode of Between Me and You. We just started over. just get rid of all about what we just talked about.
Our 5-minute break turned into a 40-minute break, and we got drunk. We drank all the beer.
Yeah, we did.
So welcome back to another episode of Between Me and You podcast. I'm Andy Tondo, and this is Jordan Controlla.
Hey! That was pretty...
Hey!
No, I just was surprised how fast you mixed our names together. I'd have been like, I'm Andy. What's his last name?
I was gonna be like Jordan and Chola. I'm gonna say it wrong.
Tondo Chola.
What's
Dude,
next on the menu?
I'm really sad because this is gonna be the last time we talk about it for a while. Euphoria.
Yeah.
Euphoria season finale finally happened, and I am sad but happy. But because now we have to wait till 2025 or 2024,
I think.
if I'm not mistaken, I'm just like, damn.
It's just fucking turning into Stranger Things.
For real, dude. That's another fucking thing.
We get a season once every 5 years, every century.
Dude, fuck. I know the kids are like 20 years old now.
Yeah, like it doesn't even make any sense. Like it better, as soon as first episode comes on of the new Stranger Things, it better say like 20 years later. So it at least makes sense.
Like, oh, okay.
These kids went from being like 13 to now they're 28. Like,
For
what
real.
the fuck?
Like, okay.
How's this kid driving? but yeah, Euphoria season finale. What'd you think about it?
I liked it, but I feel like they could have expanded on a lot more.
Yes, and I like that you said that because as soon as at our place,
Wait, spoiler alert. You already know. You already know.
We haven't spoiled anything yet, but yes, it is going to be spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts.
Spoiler alert for season 2
alerts. Yeah.
of season 2 season finale
of Euphoria.
Euphoria.
But yeah, so turn it off right now. But yeah, so we were all watching it, and right before we started, we were all talking about like things we think were gonna happen, like stuff like that. And the one thing I said, I was like, it could do whatever they want. I was like, the one thing I want is when a season ends, I just need everything in that one season to get wrapped up. I need every conclusion at least, or at least let us know like, okay, this is how it's pushing. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. But I don't like if it like this obviously isn't how it happened, but like if say something happened, like the whole thing with like Fez and them, like if we never saw how that ended, I would have been pissed going into it. Like, what the fuck? You have to wait 3 years for this shit to find out like this one small detail. But so that was the one thing I asked for. Was like just let everything kind of come together. But there were a few things that were still like, what the fuck? And like that, I really liked the last season because it really it continued obviously from the last one, but like it showed that like how everything was kind of coming to an end, how everything was like slowly like ending up.
Yeah.
But there were a few things that I was still left like on a cliff. I was like, so what happens?
Dude,
like there's a lot of assumptions and I don't like that.
The part that pissed me off, and I've seen this on TikTok, so I know it pissed a lot of people off.
I know where you're going with this.
Is that they had a 50 minutes or an hour or whatever.
55, 54 minutes, 56 minutes.
And like 5 minutes of that was him singing, Elliot singing.
Well, the only question I have, did he ever once from the time they showed him to now, did he ever once even like sing a song or strum a guitar?
No, but they just mentioned that he was into music.
Right, exactly. But so the first time he ever performs on camera is a good 5 minutes of time. And you know what? Now, and that's why I knew you were going with this, because I saw a lot of TikToks of this, and I didn't realize it. I was like, actually, when I watched it, I was like, damn, he's got like a whole song. Like they're showing every single, and like they saw TikToks and they're like, this guy's got a bridge he's got like four verses. He's got like 2 bridges. He's got all this. He's got like a full on album on
And then
it.
he's just like, oh, but I'm still not finished with it. I'm like, what?
What aren't you finished with? That's a whole song.
Yeah. But like, especially like in TV time, like 5 minutes is fucking a long time. So many things. The whole show could have been wrapped up in those 5 minutes. But no, it was him singing the song. And like, I was like, like, I get it. If it was like 30 seconds or if it was the 5 minutes of him singing, but like throughout those 5 minutes, we were cutting to Fez getting arrested. We were cutting to like Maddie and Cassie like making up or something. But no, it was just him. And then going back to Rue, just her crying. But then it would go back to Ellie, and he was just strumming the guitar.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, because that's the thing too, is like, if you guys don't realize, like 5 minutes of like camera time, like straight on, is a lot. Because if I'm not mistaken, for what, Terminator, didn't Arnold Schwarzenegger get like maybe 5 minutes in the whole movie, as far as lines?
Yeah, he got like 5 lines in the whole
right,
movie.
exactly. Which I mean, I guess you can obviously it's a little bit more camera time, but what I'm saying is like, that's just what you can like measure down to, is like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like the main person of Terminator, in the whole hour and a half movie, he got 5 minutes of lines alone. Like that's fucking crazy. And this guy got however many lines in 5 minutes, and that's also camera time where it was on him. Like it almost kind of and that's the thing, is like when you watch that last episode, you kind of, one of the main things you kind of go back to is like, why did Elliot perform for so long?
Yeah,
like,
dude.
And it kind of like made a big impact on that episode for no reason though.
And I'm not. It was a good song.
It was a great
He's a good
song.
performer and everything.
Good. You know, he has a song with Justin Bieber.
I did.
Before Euphoria came out, he has a song with Justin Bieber.
That's pretty crazy.
I didn't know that. Another TikTok.
But dude, yeah, I think they should have just. I would have loved for them to expand. The Maddie and Cassie fight was kind of bullshit.
You know, it was, and I had put like on my Instagram, I had put like in like for real, like who would win in a fight.
Oh yeah.
And I obviously a lot of people went for Maddie, but I was like, no, like I like Cassie. I think she's way prettier. I like her as a character. I like her take on like the character and everything.
Yeah.
So I was really rooting for her, and I was like, no, fuck that. Like you guys don't know, like this white bitch, like she can get crazy. Like like it's one of those things where it's like Maddie's more of like a chihuahua just barking. Like she sounds scary and all this stuff, but like the bite isn't the same as the bark. And then with Cassie, she's kind of like, oh, like I'm this pretty little white girl, whatever. I'm innocent and I do some bad shit here now and then, but like she could fuck some shit up if she got put in a corner. And when you watch, and so like I have to retract my statement, because now in this final season, dude, it was so funny because Maddie's chasing Cassie, and then she fucking grabs her and throws her to the wall, and I was like, fuck, well there you go. I guess fucking Maddie would win no matter what.
But she gave her that bitch slap, pop,
on
stage.
But dude, but that was like a cheap shot. Like they were just arguing.
Yeah,
I don't think any of them. I don't think Maddie thought it was gonna get down to a fight on stage, so she kind of caught her off guard. But that one where they're both fighting, and then you see Cassie running, and you're just like, oh fuck, she's a puss.
Yeah.
And then she just grabs her and slams her against the wall, and she's like, and then she just keeps going. I'm like, oh fuck.
So I saw a video that said that, and I didn't really get this vibe, but of course the play was starting to end, and we started more of the play, but it says that Maddie started feeling bad for Cassie and started feeling like, oh, maybe I should lighten up on her. Did you get that vibe?
I did kind of see that as the play from the second to last episode. So the one before the final.
Yeah.
I did see that, to where as the play went on, you could see where she was like, yeah, like that's how it played out. Like, fuck that bitch. But then you could see where the play played out a certain way where it showed, I guess, well, obviously the director was Cassie's sister, so she saw a lot of behind the scenes that Cassie didn't, or that Maddie didn't see.
Yeah.
Dude, the fucking names are throwing me off.
I know.
But little side note, the funny thing is like the way I remember the names is because Maddie, the girl's Mexican, so Eminem. So yeah. But anyways, so it shows like, so obviously the sister knows how Cassie is like behind the scenes. So then in the play they showed a little behind that, and so I feel like Maddie kind of got the vibe like, oh, I didn't realize how big of an impact it hit her, or like how much she really loved this guy, or whatever it was. But you could see a change in her face where she was like, you could see she was like, kind of feeling sorry for the character, and like then you could see her realize like, oh wait, this is obviously a play about what's going on in our real life like right now.
Yeah.
So then she was like, fuck that bitch. But you could see where she was like, I feel sorry for that character, but that character is her best friend in real life.
Yeah.
In her real life on the show. But yeah, so I saw it right away I was like, what? But I didn't catch on till the final season. But it wasn't until that like, I was like, why she's like I thought she was okay with the play.
Yeah.
The way she was acting in that episode, I was like, okay, so she's cool with it. But now it does make sense. Like it was just her kind of feeling sorry like for that character, and then realizing like, oh, that's my best friend. That's how she feels.
Yeah,
when I'm
for
not
sure.
around.
Yeah, because then I kind of got that vibe from Maddie that she forgives her in a way because of the very last thing she tells Cassie. She's like, yeah, he just broke up with me, and then he's like, well, yeah, you got to get used to it. Remember? It was like the very last thing she said. She says either you got to get used to it, or yeah, you got to like, it won't be the first time he does that. Like pretty much saying that like, I know you're going to be with him and there's nothing I can do.
Oh, like she's accepting the fact that the guy of her dreams is going to be with her best friend, and she's going to have to live her life like that. Like that's not her fairy tale.
Yeah, exactly. Like she pretty much just like was like, okay, well I fucked her up already, so I know you're going to be with him still. Yeah. But like, yeah, because she's like, yeah, Nate broke up with me, don't worry. And she's like, well, that's going to be the first of many or something like that. And I was just like, did she just forgive her? Like, I don't know. This episode really, I guess we also have to talk about Ashtray and
I was just
going
to say, like, what do you think about the whole Fez and Ashtray?
So I saw the rumor that he didn't get shot in the head, that he just got shot.
No. So from what I heard, and it makes sense, and I follow him on Instagram and TikTok. So in real life, the kid that plays Ashtray is like, I guess he's trying to be like a professional boxer.
Yeah.
So the thing is he pretty much was like, look, like, I need to leave this show because I need to focus on my boxing career because that's what Gordon really wants to do. So that's why a lot of people are like, it makes sense. Like he's probably going to be the one. And that's why, like I said, before we watched the last episode, we were all talking about it and someone had brought that up and I was like, well, that makes sense. Like, yeah, like, and the thing that kind of ruined it for me, but I wasn't mad about it because it made me feel like, oh, okay, like everything's gonna be okay, was when it went from the Euphoria show to real life, that I was realizing like, oh, the way the show ends, it sucks that, yeah, Ashtray, this young kid that we all love for some weird reason, we love this character and he passes away, so he's never going to be in the show, or he gets put away, whatever it is. He's not going to be in the show no more. But then in real life, you realize like, oh, it's because he has to focus on his boxing career. So it's going to be all good. So in the way, Ashtray lives on.
So that's what I find kind of weird, because he just got casted in a Netflix show.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, so that's why you're telling me this, but I know he just got cast in Umbrella Academy.
Really?
On Netflix, yeah.
Yeah. So I never watched it, but I know about it.
Yeah. So it's another big show on Netflix. So that's why I'm just like, I don't know if he's gonna do that, or I feel like maybe this kind of gives him the option to be like, okay, do you really want your character to be dead, or do you want us to be like, oh, he got shot in the arm?
So he can come back later. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just open-ended, because I feel like just like in movies, just like in shows, you never can say they're officially dead until you see a body. Because especially Euphoria, I feel like they're going to pull that whole like, yeah, he got shot in the head, shot in the arm. So the cop felt bad because it was a little kid. Because, yeah, I mean, the gun was down. So if you really think about it, like in police form, he wouldn't have shot him in the head.
And but then you think about it, he killed a cop.
Yeah,
he shot through the door and killed. And actually, once the door was open, he shot the dude a couple times, acted like he was dead.
Yeah.
So at that point, they can easily use deadly force. And so the first thing is like, all right, well, at this point, we're not shooting to take him out, we're shooting to kill him, like to put him down for good. So that can also go that way. But now that you say that, but now I think about it, that could also be a thing. Like maybe the whole point was to slowly eliminate certain shows he's on, so he can not that he wants to get out of acting, because now that you're saying that, I'm thinking like, okay, maybe he doesn't want to get out of acting, but maybe he's starting to narrow it down. Like he was doing Euphoria, and maybe he was going to do Umbrella Academy, and then he was going to continue Euphoria and do those, and then still try to box. Now he's thinking like, okay, like I need to get rid of one of these shows, and I've already like established my character on Euphoria. Now I can leave that show, and the crowd or like the fans are going to follow me to this Umbrella Academy, but that's just one big show I'm doing on Netflix, and I can still focus on boxing, because before it was probably Euphoria, and then oh shit, next month is Umbrella Academy, and I'm still trying to do
Yeah.
And so now he's like, okay, now he's lightening the load. He's like, well, all I have is this show and boxing now.
And that's it.
Yeah, so easily I can see that. Huh. So just because he's jumping into that doesn't mean like maybe he just wants to be out of acting altogether. But
that's very true. That's very true.
Same thing with Umbrella Academy. It could be maybe he's the main character in that one series, or in that one season.
Yeah.
So maybe he's slowly trying to get away from that so he can focus on boxing and do little cameos every now and then or whatever. It doesn't matter. But no,
it's open range for him pretty much.
Yeah, but like I said, that kind of made me like, oh, this fucking sucks. Like,
yeah,
I saw it coming that way.
Yeah, he did go out like a badass.
But yeah, and so something I didn't notice that obviously I didn't notice until people pointed it out. But the show does a lot of like hidden messages. And they were saying right before, I guess, the whole stand down with Ashtray, they zoomed in or like they focused on a picture or a poster on the wall of Tony Montana from Scarface. And Scarface went out the same way as he did. So it was kind of like foreshadowing the way that he was going to pass away. If you caught it. But yeah, so...
Yeah, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't either, exactly. But no, I like shows like that, that's what I'm saying.
So, do you think that they're still gonna pin the murder of Custer on Fesco, or is he gonna be like, no, I got the knife from my brother, that's why my hands are bloody? Like, if his brother's dead, like, is he gonna go down for the murder, or is he just gonna blame his brother?
I think he'll blame his brother in the fact that because I mean the way the show portrayed it and the way everything happened, all Fez can do at this point is like, Ashtray's dead, so now he's just like, well, obviously he killed him. He can pin it on him and not feel bad, because I think that's what Ashtray wanted.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, because, dude, there were so many times that Ashtray could have just stopped or just, like, gave up and he maybe just got arrested or whatever. But, like, he didn't have to go out like that, like, in, like, a cloud of bullets. Like, and so I think he's just like, well, it makes sense, like, he killed him because he legit did. But at the same time, they can't pin it on me because that's why he was putting up such a fight, because he had just murdered someone. Yeah. Obviously, he's thinking they know. So now he's like, well, I'm either going to die or go to prison or jail or whatever. Like, I'm not going to do that. So he just went out like that. So I think it can easily turn into like, well, yeah, he did it. So that's why he did the whole stand down. I mean, I don't know. And that's the thing. I don't know. And like that ends obviously Ashtray, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it still leads to like next season. Like, is Fez going to be in? Is he going to be in prison? Because obviously he's going to do some time.
Because I feel like that. Yeah. Because I feel like it'll slow down the show if he did go to prison.
And he left? Yeah. Because, dude, it's weird because he's not a main character, but he's a pretty big character. And a lot of people love him. They love him, and they love just him. And, like, we've seen on TikToks, and I follow him on Instagram. He is Fez in real life.
Yeah.
And so...
I saw the rumor that he might play Mac Miller. I don't know, in a biopic. But
it would make sense.
It would make sense, but I'm like... I don't know if they're making a movie about Mac Miller.
I would watch it. I mean, or whatever it is. I mean, mostly shows like that are like autobiographies or biographies of like people that like Mac Miller. It's not something that a lot of people want to see, but they know they're gonna get a big crowd. So usually Hulu puts those on.
Yeah, okay.
Like the whole Pamela
Anderson.
Yeah, and Tommy Lee.
Did you finish that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like on episode 3 or 4.
It was really it kept going from. Obviously, it was like supposedly how it happened in real life, but a lot of weird scenes where I was like, is this part of the show? Or is it like made up, or is it still the real life? So I didn't really like it. It was like whatever.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and even for me liking, what's his name?
Seth Rogen?
Yeah, I really like him. So, but I don't know. It wasn't, it was like whatever for me.
Did you see, I mean, all right, we're kind of switching it up, but Pamela Anderson, she said that she's going to release her own documentary now to say what really happened. Yeah,
but I mean... From what I heard, it's very close to what happened. Obviously, it's loosely based on the real story, so obviously, like, it makes sense. Like, they're gonna make the show seem more crazier than it is, so it brings more viewers. Like, let alone the real story. That's probably good enough for just like an autobiography or like a documentary, not an actual like show with played characters. Like, yeah. So I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, like a lot of stuff we can see, and I'm pretty sure like she didn't like the way her character was portrayed, or Tommy Lee was like maybe he was they made him like a bigger asshole than he really was, and I could care less. But it was a good show. It was good for like the acting and like the drama part of it. But anyways, go back to Euphoria.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I mean, so I don't know. I mean that was like the main thing. Honestly, after the whole Cassie Maddie thing, my big thing was just I think everyone was just waiting, and it made sense. In that episode was everything was pushing towards the end because I think the show, the producers, everyone realized like that's what everyone's trying to figure out at the end, what happens in that scene with Fez and them, and that's why they ended it at the end with that.
That and I feel like with this season, the very last thing she says is, "I kept clean for the rest of the year." So I'm like, I don't know if the next season is gonna be like them, like because they're sophomores, I'm guessing. So I'm like,
are they only freshmen?
I'm guessing.
You don't think in like
I'm saying that they're sophomores now, so maybe she said that she stayed clean for the rest of the year.
It'll continue into the
I think she's gonna be a senior in the next season.
And they'll end it in season 3.
Yeah,
you can't go to. That's the thing is like it's such a great show, and I would love if this went on for like 10 seasons, but in reality, it can't go that long.
Yeah,
the storyline can't go that far. The way they're in high school, like. I could care less if it switches from them to high school into like they're adults and how they act. I could care less how they ended up.
Exactly. Yeah, because I think even with maybe like season 3 will show us like a we're gonna jump like 5 years, 10 years into the future. Like that'd be cool. But I'm just thinking like 13 Reasons Why. I love that show, but I feel like if it would have ended after the Hannah Baker story, it would have been perfect.
No, I liked it all.
Yeah, and see, like,
and it all stayed in the same time frame. They were all in high school the whole time.
Yeah.
They luckily spread it out with enough time to where it wasn't like how the fuck from season 1 to season 3 they're already in senior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They played it out where I think in season 1 they went from like they showed graduation from the very beginning.
Oh, did they?
I don't remember. Not graduation, but like from freshman to sophomore year.
Yeah,
like it showed their summer and everything. So it slowly kept playing everything. So that was fine. I liked it. I liked that.
But I just feel like that whole like the Hannah Baker storyline of like
the 13 reasons why.
The 13 reasons why, and then the actual core.
They added more shit. Yeah.
And then the core like was just like it was good and everything. And then like I don't think season 3 was something else, right?
I haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah. I mean, but what I'm trying to say is once that like storyline ended, I feel like it could have ended there and it would have been perfect. But they went a whole nother season, like, and then they just started talking about other stuff.
That's when you start bringing in more characters, and
yeah.
those characters have storylines, and somehow that starts fixing into them.
Yeah, and then it's like a whole another just story. So I just hope that they don't. I mean, with this one, I feel like you can do it, but I feel like it just ends either next season and there.
Yeah,
like seniors and there.
Well, I mean, at the same time, like. In season 2, I don't remember what episode, but remember when Maddie, they bring in that other new character, Maddie's friend, that like older girl?
Yeah, and she's in there with them at the auditorium, but they don't do anything.
But yeah, and you don't like, and that's why, and that's the thing is before the season finale or even the episode before, the episode before that one, a lot of TikToks were like, I think Maddie might be lesbian, that might be her lover, she might fall in love with her. So they started turning towards that, but that never like happened, and you never saw anything of that girl again. Like it was. The thing is, what I was getting at is like 13 Reasons Why they bring in a new character and it kind of plays into what's going on. Yeah, this one was just like very like a little wrench in there. It's like, what the fuck was that all about?
Yeah, I see what you. Yeah, because even with the whole storyline with her boss, like who she babysits their kid or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know. Like they threw in a camera in there for whatever reason. But I feel like she was just spying on her. Like, okay, maybe she's playing around with my clothes and stuff.
But see, like I said, that was little things that I was like, so what about that one thing? Like it kind of ended, and I was like, and that's, which I guess it's a good thing and a bad thing because it pissed me off because now we have to wait so long to find out if that all comes together or if it doesn't. But at the same time, it does leave like different, like it's not just like all leading towards one thing. Like it could go this way or that way, and they've shown that in the show. So if the next season you see some random thing. It's not really random because it's like, oh, that was a little hidden thing from season 2 that they're kind of.
Yeah.
But either way, I don't know. That's the only thing I didn't like about the season finale was certain things weren't tied up, and I'm still left like, so what about this character? What about him and her or whatever? And now I got to wait 2 years. And then come those 2 years, I feel like I'm going to have to rewatch this season again. Just to really be like, okay, like, because that's how I was when I watched How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, okay. I see what
like, when it came down to it, I was like, there were so many parts where it was like show little things, and it would like show you, it pretty much show you like, okay, later on we'll get to that.
Yeah.
And then but like you forget at that point. There's so much going on in this show, especially when you're like, binging it, like you forget about those little spots. So then it never goes back to it, and you never remember until years later, whatever. I just don't want that to happen with this. Like, I don't want them to do something in the next season, and then I'm like, what the fuck did this come from? And then I have to watch a TikTok, and it's like, this was a little hidden secret in season 2. I'm like, oh, hidden secrets? What the fuck? Like, now it's just a video game. Like, there's so many, I don't know. There's so many cheat codes and shit.
A comic book, like
something.
What the fuck? Yeah. So I mean, I just hope season 3 closes out some of these things, and I hope it either ends or it just completely answers all our questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else you want to say about Euphoria?
I was really mad that Rue didn't overdose.
Dude, so she looked really good in the way that like she didn't look so fucking like drugged out or like.
See, I didn't notice it, but everyone that I was watching the show with, they were all like, "Oh, like she must be like sober for a while in this episode." Yeah. Like it must have like skipped forward because she looked normal,
she
but
didn't
I
have
was
the
like
bags under her eyes.
I thought she looked the same.
Really?
I mean, she didn't look like dead. Like you could tell she had like emotions and she was there in the moment, but like her like physical appearance,
because it didn't look like she was wearing makeup. Like I'm like, oh.
Nah, I didn't see that. I didn't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was just like, it's still fucking Rue. Like, why is she still alive? Why is she still here?
Oh, shit. Well, yeah. So I guess we'll see in 2 years what happens.
I guess so. Fucking my 30th birthday.
Your 30th birthday?
That'd be cool, I guess.
All right. Do you want to do our favorite segment?
Yeah. What is it? Question of the day.
Fucking Euphoria. Oh, it got us all depressed. Do you have a question?
I do.
Okay, cool.
And I'm kind of cheating because just based off what we were talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
Would you rather be a character in Euphoria or in 13 Reasons Why?
13 Reasons. I mean, not Euphoria.
Why?
Just because, I mean, they just party and do drugs and shit.
I mean, but that's the thing, though, is like in 13 Reasons Why, it was the same thing.
I just feel like it was way more depressing.
It was, but I feel like...
Especially with the things that, I mean, happened in that show. Like, I feel like they've only touched on, like rape in this show one time. That show was all about it. Like, that was just way too much for me. And I'm just like,
Yeah, but like, they were both... Like, the whole time I was watching both shows, I was like, when the fuck... Like, what school do these kids go to where this was allowed or this happened? Like... They're solving murders and shit, and they're hiding school shooters. Like, 13. That's what I'm saying. So like, I don't. 13 Reasons Why, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they were both shows that I was like, this is completely dramatized.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like this at all, unless there is some schools out there. I don't fucking know, but it was crazy. So both shows were crazy. That's why I was thinking about it. I was like, they're very similar in a way. But like I've always said, I feel like 13 Reasons Why was like the PG-13 version of Euphoria.
Yeah.
Or of those kind of shows. But at the same time, 13 Reasons Why had its certain episodes or scenes where I was like, what the fuck? Like the part when the nerdy dude gets raped, where they rape him with a fucking end of a broomstick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if that was on Euphoria, I'd be like, okay, this makes sense. Like, it goes with the show. But 13 Reasons Why, the show wasn't like Euphoria, but there was those one scenes where you were just like, oh, what the fuck? Like,
yeah. And
so maybe that was a good thing because it showed like the show can be like, oh, okay, I get that. Like that can happen in high school. And then out of nowhere, it's like, what the fuck? That happens in high school?
Yeah.
So I don't know. So but what I was saying was like, I mean, I guess as far as like, if you, like, let's just say both. Okay, let's say this. Let's say Euphoria and 13 Reasons Why were both they had just finished season 1 and you got invited to do season 2 with either one of them. Like at that point, you have an idea. You know where the idea is going as far as like continued seasons. You know what they expect, how the show is, like what at that point, like what would you want to be in?
I think still Euphoria.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
but are you basing it off like the characters?
Yeah. So
the situation. That's what I'm.
That's what I was gonna fucking say. I was like,
because 13 Reasons Why was a couple years before Euphoria.
Yeah.
And it was huge when it was out.
oh yeah, yeah.
It was
really
literally
big.
it was the same thing as Euphoria in a way. I mean, as far as like
Yeah,
people
these
like
blew
anticipating
up
it.
like crazy.
Oh yeah, all of
Yeah.
them. And so they did the whole same thing. They had like gay, they had, trans, and like they had certain characters come in. So
Yeah.
they kind of did the same thing.
I still think Euphoria, but I just hope I'm not a main character. Because I mean, like they just all go through a lot of shit. I mean, but it do you see what I mean? Though I just feel like I want to be just a background character, like just partying in there.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I want to be like a
Yeah,
like
no, I'm just fucking around. But
I was gonna say I don't want to be like fucking like Nate or someone.
like Nate's like best friend.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
Wait, who's
I was
Nate's
like-
best friend? Oh, the gay guy.
No, it was
Oh, that's the dad's. The black dude.
yeah.
I don't remember
forgot
his name. 'Cause he just left out.
Yeah, he was gone, but yeah, him. I guess he was his best friend, but then out of nowhere, it doesn't really show his friends, huh?
No, he doesn't really have friends. He just always hang out with a girl
That's crazy.
and his brother and his dad. Like, damn, that now that you think about it, yeah.
You know what else? They never talked about his brother, his third one.
That's another thing that we're left on. Like, okay, what about this? But it's one of those things at this point, like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah,
It must
yeah.
not be a big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone I was talking to was saying that the producer, director, that was like a mistake. If I'm not mistaken, they did that on accident. Like, there shouldn't have never been another kid. I don't know.
It should have only been 2, but they accidentally took a picture with 3 kids.
But it doesn't make sense why they would zoom in on that picture.
Yeah, that's
They
what I
really.
mean.
It wasn't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it wasn't like Nate was walking upstairs and you see a picture in the background.
Emphasized on it.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, my question's completely fucking different. I just wanted to know if you were to become a very famous stand-up comedian, comic, would you stay in Yuma or would you go somewhere else? Like living wise.
Well, I mean, I would go somewhere else, obviously, because in the long run, like from what I've heard from like other comedians and stuff, like most of them start out in their little towns or this obviously away from LA and like the big areas where it's like popping, like the comedy scene. So they would do stand up, and then like eventually like someone that was big from LA or or Phoenix or whatever would come and be like, dude, like you're really good, like you need to come to LA. And so they're like, it sucks, I know you don't want to live there, but that's where it's at. Like that's where you're gonna blow up, or that's where you're gonna get more exposure. So yeah, of course, like I mean, and I've talked about that. Like if it gets to that point where I've done enough here to where I'm like ready, and even then, like once I do enough here, locally, then I'll start. That's when I'll be prepared to go to like the bigger areas to do open mic, because then I'll be like, you can't just go and be like, oh, it's my first time. Like, bro, you did your first time at fucking, the Improv and fucking downtown Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you can't just do that. At least I don't think you should. At least take a few reps like in your local town. But I would definitely, like, once I start expanding and going like in those places, I'd see like, oh shit, like I have a good little community here. I have like a good crowd that like, and then I start talking to other comics that are like, yo, bro, like you should probably like perform here more. Then I'm like, well, it only makes sense to move here. Yeah. Because it's only going to benefit me more. Like I'm not going to move to LA and then do stand up and then hope it fucking works out.
So that's why I guess I was just asking, like, once you're already established, you're already good, like I'm just thinking about like also like Dave Chappelle, like he moved back to I don't know if it's his hometown, but I know he just moved to Ohio. Yeah, and he moves out there and he just travels.
See, okay. Like this is like recently. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Would you want to just stay in Yuma and be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna travel all the time, or would you just stay in LA and that's it?
Well, I think like home of residence would be like somewhere where, like, I mean, it's like as the years are growing, especially with like the comedy scene, like it doesn't feel like you have to go to LA to become like a big comic. Yeah, you could go to like other places. You can go to Texas now and Phoenix and New York and stuff. Like there's other big scenes. Obviously, everyone. I feel like the people that come to LA or Hollywood, it's either to become like either a stand-up comedian or become a stand-up comedian and then get roles in movies. Yeah. And I could care less. Like I love acting. Like it's fun to do, and I've always thought it was a fun thing to do, be in a movie and like and stuff like that. But that's not like my goal. You know what I'm saying? So like if they were like, if you want to be a stand-up comedian and you want to act, yeah, go Hollywood. But if you just want to be stand-up comedian in general, like you could do it wherever you're at. Just make sure you like bring that exposure. And I would move to where like those bigger areas where like it's more of a scene over there. But I mean, I don't know. That just depends. But a thing in the time, like if I became very successful, I would love to come back to Yuma to have like a place here where I create my own little like I guess like stand up. Oh shit.
I was a car.
Oh fuck.
So, yeah, I was like,
sounds like a rocket ship.
Russia. Sorry, it sounded like an explosion or something out there, like a rocket taking off.
But no, I think my like one of my dreams or goals. This is like a legit dream goal because it's like I don't know about this because it's like starting a whole business. But I would love to have my own like stand up like a bar.
Comedy club.
Yeah, like a comedy club here in Yuma.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, and I would like get it started and everything, and then I'd have like someone close to my family that obviously I have all my family here in Yuma. So I would be like, okay, like I have this show, like I have this place, run it for me. Like I do a year where I'd stay here and let them know everything. I want everything to flow and then give it to them. And that'd be like my comedy club, but I'd still go back to where my main scene is at.
I get you.
That's my plan.
Huh.
That's my plan, yeah.
Nice plan. Good plan.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah. But I really hope I don't have to go to... As much as I would love to live in LA, and I guess if I was making the money, or if... like, you ever see those deals where, like... I didn't even realize this, but, like, some people, like, TikTokers or, like, YouTubers, they're whatever, like, company that assigns them, they'll just give them a place to live.
Yeah.
And that's, like, instead of paying them, that's what they do. They're like, you can live in this fucking house in the hills... We pay for everything, but like content. Just make content here or whatever.
Yeah.
So I guess I would do that, but like my plan isn't to like move to LA.
Yeah.
I would like, if I could, I wouldn't mind going to Phoenix because there's such a big comedy scene out there. Yeah. Texas, New York. Like my main thing is obviously I'd want to be like in one of those major areas, but it wouldn't have to be like LA.
Like something where like even after work, you could just go do comedy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But like I'm telling you, man, like I'm at the point where I want to do it. Like my schedule, I wanted to go to work, get off, and then go do comedy that night every day if I could. Or like every Thursday or something.
It's fucking...
Or like Friday through Sunday. Or I don't know, man. Like,
have you found somewhere like in San Diego where we can go?
So that's the thing is like when you start looking for places in like bigger cities, there's...
I know open mic is only once like...
Well, yeah. So open mic is normally like during the week.
Yeah.
Because obviously they save like Thursday nights to Sunday for like the big acts or like people that have been going up. There's no like, oh, just sign up and come see how you do.
Yeah.
That's usually during like a month, Sunday, maybe like even a Sunday through like Thursday thing. And so it's really hard for that, especially like right now with my job. Like I work Monday through Friday. And so I don't know, like I guess if I had to, that's what I would do. Because then at that point, like that's when it's like, well, I guess you really don't want it. Like that's how I see it.
Yeah.
Like and then I start turning to like, well, I guess I really don't want it if I'm not going to take days off to go try it over here. Yeah. So then that's when I start like pushing myself towards like, well, that's I don't let anyone tell me the things that I already know. Like when people are like, well, you don't have if you really wanted it, you should take a day off. Like I know that, but like. I also have to think realistically, like where I'm at in life and like financially, it's like, is that possible?
Like I still need money.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, I have this. There's like a good percent of me, like part of me, that's like, well, just go all in.
Yeah.
Like if you're worried about like, oh well, if I don't do good, then I'm gonna lose money on this job that's a basic decent job that's good enough for me. Then I'm pretty much telling myself like, okay, you're already accepting the fact that this may not be what you want, or you may not be successful, then just fucking that. I tell myself like, then just get the fuck out then.
I see.
Like if you don't see yourself going further, if you don't see yourself being successful, then why are you pursuing this so much? Yeah. So I keep battling like my own self with, do I just go for it? Do I just like, if I get paid that fucking Thursday, do I just spend my whole check on a weekend where I'm hoping that this turns me into something? Or am I like, no, I'll play it safe, which I don't like to do. I'll play it safe. And I'll just keep working, and I'll take the days that I can if I'm off.
I get you.
Like I feel like I have to sacrifice some things, And I don't know, maybe you don't, but I feel like I have to sacrifice some things to really get what I want. And I think at that point and I could care less what anyone thinks. Like, oh shit, he's really like, he fucking gave up a whole week of work just so he could go do stand up for free. But at the same time, I could care less what anyone says. I'm more of just like, I'm proving to myself, like, you really want this, bro. Like, you took off. You're not going to get paid this month or you're not going to get paid this week because you decided to go do stand up for free in hopes that it's going to become something. So like, I really need to push myself. And I know that sounds dramatic, but like, that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, that's just my mindset. Like, I may have to take some days off and lose some money to do something for free, but it's going to pay off in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I really want to invest in myself.
I feel like for my parents too, like sometimes I take like 2 to 3 days off and like, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go act over here. I'm like, oh, are you getting paid? Like, no, I'm not. And then they're like, oh, they're kind of like judging. Cause I'm just like, well, I'm going to just do it. Cause I love doing it, you know?
See, and that's the thing though, is like, if I told my parents like, oh, I'm off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And they're like, what do you know? And I'm like, oh, I'm going to go do stand up in Phoenix. And they're like, oh, you're getting paid? I'm like, no. And they're like, what the fuck? But I could care less. Like me telling them that and them realizing like this fucking guy's going to go do that and lose money from his good job that he has just to do this thing. Like me thinking that, I'd be like, fuck yeah. Like I'd be proud of myself. Yeah. Just being like, I believe in myself so much that, I love the job I have. But at the same time, like that's not my dream. That's not my career path. That's not my idea of like where I want to end up. Yeah. So obviously I'm going to do that job, but mainly focus, low key, high key, like on the real thing I want to do. So that just makes me feel good. And like I said, I could care less. Like if I love my parents, but like if they felt that way, I could be like, I'm sorry, but that's just what I'm doing. Like it doesn't bother me at all.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, or my friends were like, really? You're not gonna come hang out? You're not gonna go to my wedding because you have to do this? I'm like, I'm sorry. And I know a lot of you guys listening, but like if you guys have a wedding and it's on the same day, we're like, talking out loud here, but like if fucking Joe Rogan was like, dude, like you're good, like you should come do my show in Austin, and it's the same weekend as fucking, go. I'm gonna go perform for Joe Rogan. I'm sorry, but like your wedding's not gonna benefit me in the future. Yeah, it could be my fucking mom getting remarried.
I'll buy you a badass wedding gift in 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. and I hope the people that I'm telling this to, they're like, you know what, they have so much faith in me. They're like, he's gonna make it up to me. Because what he's doing is going to point towards something, and he's going to fucking have all his money. He's going to give me $5,000 for not coming to my wedding.
You know, and it's funny because I feel like, I mean, we're not famous in the way, like, at all. But I did start to notice, especially when I would do more videos, that it was people that wouldn't even share it or even, like, view it or whatever, that they'd be like, hey, if you need someone to, like, come help you, like, just let me know. And, like, I'm like, thank you. Like, I'm like you just start seeing people come out of nowhere. Like,
yeah, of course.
Yeah. And like, I'm like, did you even fucking share my video? Like, like I just feel like there's like those people that like, that let's just like, oh, okay, you're just there because you saw that like my numbers are starting to go up.
Or not even that. Like I've seen where just because you're more active on that, like for instance, like the podcast, like I'm starting to put out more episodes and I'm getting on whoever, whatever, like, then you like from the time you started to the time of now, you start to realize like you start seeing certain people like trying to like, starting to do more stuff to help you. And it's like, are you doing it because now you like it, or are you doing it because now it's like the thing, you're starting to see like I'm actually doing more and I'm actually being persistent in what I'm doing. And now you just want to like jump in and be like, hey, I was there from the beginning. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's really hard, but like I try not to think about that stuff because I could honestly care less. Like I don't need to be accepted by anyone. Like, like I've done some shit and I've said things out in public and I've posted things on Instagram to where I know not a lot of people aren't going to like what I say, or they're going to be like, why the fuck would you say that? But I don't post it. I just post because it's my personal Instagram or like my Sob on the Pod one. And I'm just like, that's just who I am. Like, and what my whole thing is, I don't want years down the road that I start being like, man, I want to be my real self. And then no one likes me. It's like, I just want to be who I am from the beginning, so that way in the end they're just like, that's why like there's certain comedians that they don't get canceled because they've always been that way. Yeah. Not that I'm saying like they've said the N-word and then like now they say it and it's okay. I'm saying like the way they are, like they talk dirty or they talk about their bad, when they first started out, they were talking about, how they went through all these troubles and they stole money and they sold whatever drugs. And they're still kind of the same person, not selling drugs no more, but they still talk about it. You can't go back and cancel them because they're still acknowledging it. That's how I want to be. Like, I want to be like, dude, like, this is who I was from the very beginning. Like, I wasn't goody two-shoe, and then now all of a sudden I want to be like, okay, this is the real me. Like, no, I just want you guys to know who I am. That's why that's what I like about me and you. And I think you've said it before, is like, I think there's a lot of like TikTokers or like YouTube famous people that are, you see them on YouTube and you see them on TikTok and the way they act and stuff, and they're very funny and outgoing. And then, like you said, you've met some of them and they're nothing like that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that. Like, what you see on camera, yeah, you may think I'm acting or whatever, but that's just me being comfortable. And then you see me in real life and you're like, is he the same character? It's like, no, that's just who I am. Like, yeah, I can act sad or mad or happy or whatever, or depressed on like a series or like an episode or whatever it is. Like, I could do the bit. But at the same time, like, when you see me in real life, like, I'm just that outgoing, trying to be funny, saying bullshit, saying, you know, goofy shit. Yeah, alcoholic. Like, you see me drinking here, I drink in public. Yeah. Every time you see me, yeah, of course I'm drinking. Like, that's just who I am. I'm not hiding anything about me. So years down the road, there's like, oh, he said that. Everyone's gonna be like, no, fuck, of course he even if it's something I've never said, they're like, well, that makes sense. Like, have you not seen him from the beginning? That's why, like, I like to say funny shit on Slob on the Pod, because it's like, dude, the name is Slob on the Pod. Like, I'm a piece of shit. I'm a slob. Like, what do you expect? You read the title. It's like, you can't really judge a book by its cover, because if you read the title, you're thinking like, it's probably, he's a piece of shit or something. Bad. Yeah. And then it is. It's like, okay, I get that. So that's just how, and like, that's the thing, is like, I want people to see me on camera and be like, that guy is however, and then they see me in real life and he's like, oh, she's really like that.
It's funny because I talked to someone who watched our podcast. They're like, hey, good job on your podcast. Like, I really like it. He's like, yeah, like he knows both of us. I'll tell you who it is later. But he's like, yeah, Jordan says some pretty out there things, huh? And I'm just like, he's like, you try to, you just laugh it off and you don't really like say anything. But he's like, yeah, Jordan says some out there things and he laughs about it. I'm just like, yeah, it's funny though. I'm like, yeah, well, and that's how he is.
And that's the thing, is like, I've heard that too, where, you know, like we were like two different people, but not like in a bad way. We're just like, there's like the part of me that people are like, holy fuck, can't believe they said that. And there's a part of you where you're kind of like the person that's like in the middle. Like, you're just like, yeah, like you accept it, but you're not going along with it, but you're also not like, oh, I don't condone this.
Like, whoa.
But like, yeah. I told people, like, I think that's why I like between me and you, is because me and you are two different people, and we bring a different dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, I can say some off the wall shit and it's funny because we get your reaction.
I'm like,
or you say some shit and I'm like, damn, I didn't expect that from Andy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's cool. It's like always keeping people on their toes, and that's why I love like doing this one with you, is because I say some shit off the wall, and I know, even when we talk in real life, like, or in real life, this is real life, but off camera, I guess is what I meant. Off camera, we're like the same way. It's like, I say some shit and I see you don't agree with it, but you laugh because it's funny. But but you stay true to yourself. You're like, I wouldn't say that, but it's funny that you said that, or vice versa, whatever.
I'll listen.
Yeah. And you're not like, oh, you can't say that here, or oh, I don't agree with that. You just kind of, you go along with it.
Yeah, I never get offended.
Not that saying it's you. Yeah, you never. Yeah, exactly. And so I think that's what I like about this, is like, I can say some off the wall shit, and I love your reaction to where you're just like, okay, yeah, like I agree. Okay.
You went there,
yeah, uh-huh. and everyone's like, okay, it's kind of like what I say, you give me the okay by agreeing with it, and everyone else is like, oh, Andy's cool with it, then yeah, it's cool.
Because I don't think like we've ever really cut anything out of this. I think only one time, but like
it was because I said something that you didn't. I didn't know I shouldn't have said.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was like, oh, I didn't know we were going to talk about that yet.
Yeah, but it wasn't even like crazy. It was just like something I'm like, I don't think I'm ready to talk about that. But like, it was just like really quick too. But other than that, like, these are edits and like you see them from beginning to end. Yeah. I think out of this is the 29th episode. Out of the 29 episodes, there has not been like a big edit.
No. I mean, there might be one thing that's like, oh shit, like, we don't want to talk about that yet.
Yeah.
Maybe because we don't want to like put it out yet. We're not ready, like that episode.
Yeah.
But other than that, like what you see is what you get.
Yeah, honestly. And I the hardest part is when you ask me, you're like, hey, can you add people running? I'm like, fucking Jordan. Like, I can't, all right?
Well, I say it on the episode. That way everyone expects it. So it's like, if you don't do it, then you're the bad guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but no, yeah, like after this podcast, like we literally, it's almost like our podcast could be a whole day, because once we finish, it's not like we go into the living room and we just like don't talk. Like, we just continue conversation about shit. True. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we're literally just like, all right, I'm ready to talk publicly.
Keep talking, yeah.
And like record it, and then we just continue after this. But and that's the thing is I hate is after we finish recording, then I'm like, fuck, I wanted to say that. I wanted to bring that up.
Dude,
and
always.
There's so many times. That's why like it sucks, but it's like sometimes I don't want to like talk to you at all until we just come record. Because everything I want to tell you, I'm like, I want to say this on podcast. I want to say this on podcast.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a bad thing, but I just really want to give you guys like the legit how we are, how we think.
And our reactions.
Yeah, I don't want to hold back anything. Like I want to tell him something for the first time on here that's happening in real life, and I want to see his reaction. I want you guys to be part of it. I want to be very like just like you guys are like, I want you guys to feel like you guys know us in a way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
That way when you meet us in public, there's not no, oh, I really thought you were going to be like this or whatever. Like, it's just what you see. Like, I want you guys to see, listen or watch the podcast and then see us in public and be like, oh, they're the guys from between me and you. Yeah, it's the same shit.
Are you going to hate it that if you're ever when you're a famous stand-up comedian, that they're going to be like, tell me a joke? You're going to be like,
Yeah, but not when I, like, even now, like, a couple days before I even did my first set, everyone that I was hanging out with, they were like, oh, like, give us a little example of what you're going to do. I was like, I'm not going to, like, already I didn't like it because, and I've always heard that, and I understood it, but I didn't from other comedians where they're like, I hate whenever you meet a fan and they're like, oh, tell me a joke, like, make me laugh. It's like, the fuck? Like, like, I'm not that type of person. Like, I talked about that in the last episode where it's going to do stand-up and just in real life, like, in, like, regular, like, where you're just, like, having conversations with your friends. You don't try to be funny. You just think of like funny stories and hope they laugh.
Yeah.
But that's not the main target. When you do stand up, you're like, everything I say has to be funny. Everything has to point towards being funny. Like that's the main goal.
Exactly, yeah.
When you have a conversation with your friends, like in general, you just say like fucked up shit. And like sometimes that's why I'm like, I wish like I could just have like 4 of our good friends that are funny, me and like 3 other people, and just get us up there and then just like all have conversations and let everyone laugh.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be an act. It'd be like, this is just how we normally talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
exactly.
so no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's fun talking like this stuff.
Yeah.
Especially with everything going on. Like I said, me going towards my goal and then you doing the web series, and like it could easily spawn into more shit. Mm-hmm. It's fun to finally see it happen, because I was at the point where even now that it's actually happening, I can easily pinpoint back to the time when I was thinking like, man, I can't wait till I do stand up for the first time, and this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen, and then we're gonna get acting gigs and all this stuff, and we're gonna talk about this and this, and like now it's happening. It's slowly, and it's not like, oh, next year or like a couple months. Like no, like it's like next week or next month or a couple months from now. Like we're gonna start getting into that point, and then. Now we just bring more content to the podcast.
And it's pretty crazy because I know you say this on like with this podcast, like I've seen our views just go up slowly. Like, yes, it's going up slowly, but it's going up.
Well, yeah. And I've also noticed how we went from posting an episode to where in one day maybe we got 5 views. But like this last one we posted, in a matter of an hour, we already had 15.
Yeah.
And like, and that's the thing is like,
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
What I want to say is like people that want to do a podcast or want to start something like this or like a YouTube series, like. Don't think just because, you know, the first 5 or 10 episodes or first 5 or 10 vlogs or whatever you're going to do doesn't, you know, it's not like 1,000 or even 100. Like you have to accept that, you know, whatever, if you post one thing and it gets 10 views and then the next one is like 12 and maybe the next 5 are like 10, and then you get one where you just go up, like, you just got to realize, like, that's just how it is.
Yep.
And then you got to accept. And then that's the thing is, like, I think it makes you appreciate life in general. And then also just, like, what you're doing is, like, holy shit. Like, I went from 10 views in a week to 25. And that's still not a fucking lot. Like, that's nowhere near what you need to, like, become, like, at least successful, like, or viral. But it's pushing towards it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, like, every time we post an episode, we get another like or another view or another... like
views faster,
like we every episode we post and every topic or everything we talk about, we slowly get more people, and it's like one episode gets like maybe 1 or 2 follows, and it's like that's 2 more follows than we had from the beginning.
Yeah,
and it just keeps adding on it, and I think that you just got to take it sucks, but there's always like, what is it, the crawl, walk, run phase, and I mean we could be in the crawl phase for like a good year.
Yeah.
But I mean, as long as you know that that's pushing towards the walking part, then you're good.
And I guess I would really like for our original people that have been watching us, if you can comment down below, like I've been here since episode like 5, you know,
that would be,
because I feel like it'd be cool to like see like I get 30 views, we get 30 views, but we don't get like 30 comments. So I think it'd be cool to like, if we get those 10 like specific views, I feel like it's those 10 same people, and if we get those 10 people to just be like, you know what, I've been watching this. Like I think that'd just be cool. So if you don't ever comment but you always watch, like just tell us this one time. Yeah. If you're this far into the podcast, then you're a true fan. Like, thank you.
I know this one kind of went for a while, but yeah,
I know.
definitely.
Yeah, thank you.
I think it's a Friday.
Yeah, it's true.
So we're letting loose and we're really telling our real feelings.
Yeah,
we're being our true selves.
Yeah,
for
sure. And anything else, Jordan? No. Cool. Yeah. I mean, I think we said everything we wanted to say. Thank you very much, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, if you're an original fan, or if this is your first time watching, just comment. Just let us know. It'll just be cool for us to see when you've been listening since. And if this is your first episode, then that'd be cool too. So make sure to like, share, subscribe. Leave us reviews. Follow Jordan Natando, Slav on the Pod also. Follow me, Andy Conchola Official on Instagram.
Between Me and You podcast.
Between Me and You podcast, yeah. Duh, right?
Make sure you guys go onto YouTube and go to Andy's page and check out Andy Tries.
Yeah. So
did you do this last one or no?
No.
Because, you son of a bitch.
Well,
if anyone actually,
I haven't seen,
you know what?
Yeah, I haven't said what the next one is, but the next one should be a lot of fun. But there just keeps like little things just keep happening. I'm like, fuck.
But it's okay.
If you guys,
it is your first time or you still haven't checked it out, go back to his page. Go to Andy Conchola. Is it Andy Conchola Official or Andy Conchola on YouTube?
I think it's just Andy Conchola.
Yeah, go to that, and then you can see all his videos, but also his most recent where Andy Tries, personal trainer. What was it?
It was just a new gym. So
yeah.
It's just me trying new things. So I'm going to be trying a lot of new things, but the next one should be fun. So it'll happen. I haven't told anyone what it is. I mean, you know. Oh. The homies know, but nobody else knows.
If anyone that's going to go to Andy's page and watch that video, comment that you came from Between Me and You.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
True. That'd be really cool.
In the comments, yeah.
Yeah.
I only watched this because of Between Me and You. It's like you see a lot of TikToks of that, where there's like some fucked up shit, and then you go to watch like the original one. It's like I'm only here because of that first video. Yeah, go do that.
Yeah, and then of course you just released a new podcast, so go watch that. It was called Narcissist.
Narcissist. Yeah, I just talk about pretty much. It's just a full-on episode about how every feeling I felt, and I just really I was all by myself, so I really just kept going off the top of my head about the feelings I felt. I was very graphic about everything as far as like
in your
kind
week.
Yeah, exactly. Like just the my true self, how I felt. Like I was excited, but also was very scared. There was a time where I was like, maybe I don't want to do this. Maybe I'm too scared to do this. Maybe there is so much shit. But yeah, go check that out as well.
And how much you hate trains.
Oh yeah.
So I was watching it while I was washing dishes, and I got right there, and I was like, "This fool hates trains."
Well, and my dad works for the railroad too. But anyways,
okay. Anyways, thank you very much. If you're watching this far, thank you, and we'll see you. Love you, Jordan.
Love you, Andy.
Love you. See you. Have a good night.